attempt to sell. I simply don't understand that. But anyway, they seem to be selling some of them. So, man in the Vodafone shop tried very hard to sell them.
Receive incoming mobile calls.
You can receive incoming mobile calls, but I can do that on 2G normally. And the 2G service covers 99% of the country. So I don't have any reason to have a 3G service to receive incoming calls. So radio things, I think fixed wireless access, I think is still a real possibility. I mean, I think there's a lot of places where microwave and radio is a useful way of doing things. And I think radio from the curb is also a possibility, 60 gigs or something, doing the final drop would be a lot better than using the copper to do that final drop. And again, the technology is sort of just about there, but not quite in terms of doing that. So you can see that emerging, could be quite strongly in the next few years. Again, digital Britain, this is the 3G coverage of Britain. It's not really as big as it looks on that map, because you'll notice there's a lot of bits that are offshore. So unless you happen to be in a boat, you know, the area of red on that map is not a really good representative of what's really covered in the country. But it's a cunning sort of map, isn't it, to show how much coverage you might get. You know, so look, the whole of the Bristol Channel, right? in now. I don't know what the population of the Bristol Channel is, but my guess is it's actually quite small. But again, a lot going on, a lot of new spectrum to be released for the digital dividend review in the 800 meg band, 2 gigs, a bit of spectrum in 2 gigs, and a big chunk in 2.6 gigs. There's more spectrum being released than the whole of the spectrum that's currently available for mobile radio. So all those options supposedly coming up if Ofcom and everybody can sort out their various legal difficulties they've had with getting this released. And again, an initiative being pioneered by Peter Mandelson to make sure that happens currently. We think we're getting there. So, there's some issues on the horizon, however. All is not clear in this wonderful digital world. So-called net neutrality of who's going to pay for what. You know, I mean, if I put my content over, should I be paying for some of that distribution? Some of the distribution costs that are in there, in the same way as if I'm the BBC, I currently pay for transmitter rights and that sort of thing, but I expect to send my iPlayer stuff for free. Issues about charging for content. Do people want this? I don't think so. You know, as soon as you want to charge for content, somebody else will put it up somewhere else for free. So I don't believe in that. Likewise, data prices on mobile roaming. You know, I mean, why does it actually cost me a lot of money per megabyte when I'm abroad on my 3G service? It doesn't actually cost the network anything, you know, to actually connect this up and deliver it. You know, so why would it cost me a lot of money? And there's this anti-piracy stuff about stopping people doing almost anything, you know, because it might actually infringe somebody else somewhere who might have done something. You know, the same thing happened when they introduced player pianos. In 1890, I think, there were lawsuits in the US against them because they were going to sort of ruin the livelihood of you know, professional piano players. And so the same thing happened with cylinders, digital records, digitals. You know, every single thing you've ever thought of, right back to the printing press, had somebody lobbying against it because it was actually going to stop some other person's business. And history has told us that all these things, nothing's going to happen, and it's a King Canute situation, right? There is no point in trying to push back the tide about those things that I've just listed on that previous page, which are not going to happen or are going to be swept away one way or another, because somebody will find a way around it, whatever you're trying to do. So it'd be a lot better to just forget about it all and get on with the real job, wouldn't it? So, in summary, everything's disappeared into the web, and we've got networks converging onto this all-IP deep fibre penetration model everywhere that you look at. I mean, terminals are the thing that matters, but they're becoming multi-purpose, and they do lots and lots of different things now, and access is still an issue. So my summary really is that we've got a problem we need to solve, and in terms of the local issues here, I think digital regions and that sort of thing are the things that are going to allow everybody to play in this. I mean, they're things that actually bring everybody together. You've got to make something happen, and we've got to get out of this chicken and egg situation somehow. I think there's endless opportunities. I think there's lots of opportunities for business, particularly, to get stuck in here. So the real question is, let's just do it. What's actually stopping us? We can talk about it later. Thank you very much. Thank you.